Veronica, I'm sorry. Is it okay if we go to the movie another day? It looks like your dad and I have to go to a funeral today.
Huh? Did someone die?
Yeah, one of our managers from work. We know his daughter quite well, so we really should go. We had no idea the funeral was today. We just found out about it. We shouldn't be there for too long, so we should be back by dinner.
Okay, I understand. We'll go see the movie next time. But bring something back for dinner. Mom, help! What do I do? Where are you?
We're still at the funeral home. Is something wrong? Do you want me to call you?
Don't call me!
Huh?
Someone's in our house! I'm hiding! Help me!
What?
I was sitting in my room the whole time. I heard someone unlock the door and come in. I thought it was you, so I went downstairs and I saw someone I didn't know standing in our living room. I don't think they saw or heard me.
What? You're kidding. Where are you now?
I'm hiding in a closet upstairs. I don't think they know anyone is home. I'm scared.
Are you sure it's somebody you don't know? You're sure it's not Grandma or anyone?
It's not, I'm sure. It's a young woman.
Okay, don't move from where you are. We're coming home right away. Your dad's already on the phone with the police.
I think the person is upstairs now. I hear a bunch of things getting knocked over and thrown around in the next room.
We're in the car now. We'll be there as soon as we can. Leslie, where are you right now?
Oh, hey sis, long time no see. I'm in my house like usual. Why?
You better take what you stole and bring it back here right now.
What? What I stole? What are you talking about?
You snuck into our house while we were at the funeral and ransacked the place, didn't you?
I have no idea what you mean. Did a burglar break in or something? You really should lock up properly when you leave. Be careful from now on, okay? I hear thieves will come back to the same place over and over if it's easy pickings.
The door was locked and deadbolted, but the locks were either picked or someone had a key. And Mom told me that you went over to her house this morning and were only there for a few minutes before you left again. She said after you left, she saw that the spare key to my place was missing from the key holder on her wall.
What? It must be her imagination. She's old. She's delusional. I think she's been reading too many mystery novels.
$3,000 in cash, my brand new bags and shoes, and a prepaid Visa card I had on my dresser. Even my daughter's piggy bank.
I told you it wasn't me. Where's your proof? If you don't have any proof, don't start accusing me of something like this. What's that?
Veronica was home the whole time.
So?
As soon as the police sirens could be heard, the person started to panic and ran out the door. This is the picture Veronica took from her window of the person running away. She sent it to me. This is obviously you.
Oh, this picture is so blurry you can't even make out the face. That doesn't prove it's me. Don't accuse someone of being a thief if you have such terrible evidence.
So you're still gonna pretend that you know nothing about this. Veronica confirmed it was you. She's never seen you before because you never attended any of our family get-togethers. But when I showed her my wedding photos, which you were in, she said that's the person. Veronica saw your face while you were in the house.
That doesn't prove anything. Are we done here? This is getting annoying. Veronica probably just made a mistake.
What? Stop acting like this. Do you have any idea how badly you scared my daughter?
Don't blame this on me! You brought this all on yourself. You're just now finally getting what you deserve.
What?
Your family is poor, yet you go walking around town with your designer bag so everyone can see. That's probably why the burglar targeted you, don't you think? It looks like you got what you deserved, doesn't it? Walking around like you're something you're not, always thinking you're great when you're not.
If someone wants to have brand name or designer things, that's their own decision to make. I worked hard and saved up for those things. Why is that the only thing you're talking about?
Don't act like you're something you're not. It was just by chance that you got married. Daniel just happens to have strange taste in women, that's all. I just think he felt bad for you because you're not good at anything. You're not even very fertile, if you know what I mean. He doesn't even know that the person you really love is my husband, does he?
Wait, what? You think I love Marcus? Why?
Yeah, now who's the one pretending they don't know what's going on? Back before you started dating Daniel, it was really Marcus that you loved, wasn't it?
What?
I guess I'll tell you now, even though it doesn't matter at this point. Back when your company and my company had a client party together, I saw it all. You and Marcus snuck off outside together away from the party.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't pretend that you don't remember. I saw it. I can tell your broken heart still hasn't healed after all this time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't get it, do you? That's the whole reason why I decided to steal Marcus from you in the first place. How did it feel to have the man you loved stolen by your sister?
What? You're kidding. That's the reason you told Marcus you loved him and started dating him?
That's right. But I did it for your own good. It would have been so sad to see him dump you later because you're so plain and talentless. I guess I've had it out for you for a long time, haven't I? I can't stand to see you have nice things. Just the thought of it makes me sick. You're inferior to me in every way. How dare you go around acting like you're anything special?
Oh my God. How self-centered and malicious can you be? You're horrible.
Whatever. And you know what? I couldn't believe how quickly Daniel proposed to you after you two started dating. I was like, what? Is he crazy? He wants to marry that thing? You'd already entered your 30s and you're not very attractive. Daniel could have done so much better. He must be a really kind person to take someone like you in. I bet he gives to charity and helps at homeless shelters too.
Just talking to you is making me sick. I can't believe we're related. Just hurry up and give me back all the money and things you stole from us. Veronica was saving up all that money to buy a new bag for herself.
If you really think I stole it, why don't you just come to my house and look for it? I didn't steal anything, so you won't find anything of yours here. And if Veronica wants a bag, just buy her one. If you sell the brand name bag you have in your hand, you'll have her money back right away, won't you?
This one was a present from Daniel, so I'm not selling it.
Oh, did you bug him long enough that he finally caved in and bought you what you wanted? This is so funny. But you won't even buy Veronica one bag despite all the ones you had? I feel bad for her. What if you tried adjusting your lifestyle a bit? You know you're low class. Start acting like it.
Leslie, where are you?
What? I'm at home. Where else would I be?
I've got something I need to talk to you about.
What is it?
We had another burglar break into our place. We all went out for dinner, and when we came home, our house was trashed even worse than last time.
Really? That's hilarious! You really don't learn, do you? You must be an idiot! That's what you get for being stupid! I can't stop laughing!
I can't stop laughing either.
Huh?
I really didn't think they'd come back and do it this quickly, but I figured it was worth a shot. I wanted to be doubly sure.
What are you talking about?
Obviously, I'm talking about the burglar. We wanted to be extra careful, so I even had someone watch the house while we were away. Marcus helped us.
Huh?
Your husband. When I asked him to help me, he didn't hesitate. He said it would be a great way to prove if it was you or not. He assured me that you were a good person and would never do anything terrible like this. He wanted to help prove your innocence.
But he told me he was going out drinking with his buddies tonight.
I told him to tell you that so you wouldn't suspect a thing. You were the only one I ever suspected of doing it. I just knew it had to be you. I know you saw me post on social media that I was taking my family out for dinner tonight. You're the one in all the pictures ransacking my place. I knew it had to be Crazy Leslie.
What?
Last time Veronica was home when you broke in, so I thought you'd be a little more cautious the second time. But Marcus hid in the exact same spot Veronica did, and you still didn't suspect a thing.
You really don't learn, do you?
You must be an idiot.
You're so stupid, I can't stop laughing. Shut up! And why did you go and get my family involved?
That's what I should be saying to you. What were you thinking getting my family involved in your squabble with me? This time the pictures came out perfect. He even got video. You can't talk your way out of it this time.
Whatever, I don't care.
I'll admit that it was me this time,
But what about last time?
you've got no proof linking me to that, do you? You've got to be kidding. You're still going to pretend that it wasn't you. I have an eyewitness. You're a thief. I hope you go to jail for this.
You're exaggerating. This is just a little fight among sisters.
What?
You can't report this to the police. It's not a real crime. This is a civil matter, not criminal. I know you're not very smart, so I'll be nice and explain it to you. Just use your hat. If one sister steals something from their sister's room, do the parents file a police report? No, because it's not a crime. This is no different than that. I'm your sister and I took something from your room. No big deal.
Is that what you think? You're insane.
Huh?
We're not kids, and we don't live together. What you did is 100% illegal. In fact, Marcus thinks I should charge you.
Wait, what? How could that be? I can get in trouble for this?
Wait, I'll send you some of the messages I got from Marcus tonight. He said, I followed Leslie. She's at your parents' house. She took everything she stole from your house and hid it in the shed in your parents' backyard. I went in after she left and checked. All your stuff is here. Your brand name items, your necklaces, your prepaid cards, everything. Veronica's piggy bank, too. I can't believe she did something this stupid. I had no idea she was this kind of person. Tomorrow, I'm going down to the police station and reporting her. Maria, I'm really sorry. Those are his exact messages.
He really said that? You mean what I did was an actual crime?
Of course it was. You broke into a house that wasn't yours and took things that weren't yours. I wonder what the penalty for this would be. Do you think it's just fines and probation or actual jail time? Let me do a quick search for you. It seems a person stealing over $50,000 can be fined up to $10,000 and or get up to 10 years in prison. You definitely took over $5,000 worth of things from me. So, have fun.
Stop, Maria, please. You're my sister. Don't report this. And tell Marcus to stop too.
Huh? Why?
What do you mean, why? Do you really want your own family member to be known as a criminal?
Well, it seems they are, so you did the crime. There's no denying it. There's nothing we can do about it now.
What do you mean there's nothing we can do about it now? Oh wait, I get it. I know what this is about. Look, I'll persuade my husband to spend the night with you. In fact, I'll let you borrow Marcus for a whole day, 24 hours.
Huh?
I know you've always loved him, but he never felt the same about you, right? If you want to sleep with him for just one day, I promise I won't get angry. I mean, if it's only one day, and you're aware it's only for one day, I guess it's not a big deal.
What the heck are you talking about? First off, Marcus isn't a thing. You can't just lend him to people. And I think you've got the wrong impression here anyway. Let me explain this to you.
The wrong impression.
The day of that client party, the day you saw me go outside with Marcus, it was because he came up to me and asked to speak to me in private.
Huh?
I wasn't in love with him. He told me that night he was in love with me.
What? That's not possible! Why?
I don't know why he loved me, but he said he fell in love with me the first time he saw me. But I was already in love with Daniel when Marcus told me that, so I turned him down. I told him we could still be friends and colleagues, though. That's all.
What? But then, does that mean I didn't steal the man you loved from you?
Daniel is the only man I loved.
Liar! Stop trying to act like you didn't love Marcus. I don't believe you.
I don't care if you believe me or not. Just ask Marcus yourself and you'll see.
You mean I was his second pick? I was his runner-up?
Why would you look at it that way? Why don't you do yourself a favor and stop acting like Marcus is just a piece of property? He's not with you because he couldn't be with me. He got to know you, fell in love with you, and married you.
Shut up! Shut up! I don't care about that. More importantly, I have to stop him. I don't want to become an ex-convict.
Well, you have to become a convict before you become an ex-convict.
You have to help me.
What? Are you crazy? You did all this yourself, and I was the victim in this. I've got no reason to help you. I hope you live out the rest of your life in prison.
Why? This was all a joke. Yeah, that's it. It was just a joke. It was supposed to be funny. Why won't you just let it go?
I'm not going to let this go. You scared the crap out of my daughter with your stupidity. Besides, I don't think I could persuade Marcus not to report you at this point.
You won't know if you don't try. He's really kind. While you beg him not to report me, just start crying and I'm sure he'll cave in.
You're his wife and you honestly believe that? Marcus is furious right now. Not only did you do that to me, but he feels like you betrayed him as well.
Huh?
The first time you broke into my house and stole things, whose funeral do you think we were at?
Some manager at your company, right?
That's right. When I started working there, I had no idea what he was like. But he was a stickler for the law and did everything by the book. He even got angry if someone so much as stole a pen. We found out later that he'd actually been a police officer for a long time before he changed professions.
He was a police officer?
He was very well respected, not just in our company. Then during his funeral, we had to fake an illness just so we could leave without causing a big scene. And when we got home, we found out it was my own sister who broke in and stole our money and belongings. We didn't know that man very well. We were friends with his daughter. But Marcus knew him very well and respected him so much. Marcus loved how he stood for justice, no matter how small the issue was. He was like Marcus's mentor. And here, Marcus's own wife goes off and commits a crime during his mentor's own funeral. Marcus will never forgive you for that.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. I don't want to go to jail. If I just give you everything back, it'll be okay, right? I can't believe you went and got my own husband involved in this. You have to do something. You have to help me.
Don't blame this on me. You made your bed, now you'll have to lie in it. This is all because you don't care about anyone other than yourself. Without any remorse, you went and stole from your sister and terrified your niece. You didn't even care when I told you how badly you scared Veronica. Instead, you decided to break in again. You're a horrible person.
Okay, I get it. I'm terrible. I understand. Please, just don't press charges.
Then can you keep a promise? I want you to change the way you're living, just a little bit.
Huh?
Repeat after me. I'm a horrible person. I am the scum of the earth. From now on, I will never bother another human being, and I will live a modest and quiet life.
I'm a horrible person. I'm the scum of the earth. From now on, I'll never bother another human being, and I will live a modest and quiet life. Okay, I said it. Is that enough for you? It's a promise, right? You won't press charges now?
No, I'm still pressing charges.
What?
That was just a joke. You know, the kind of jokes you love so much. You said yourself a burglar will keep targeting the same house if they think it's easy pickings. I'm not gonna let this go. Your jokes aren't funny. Leslie tried everything she could to get me to drop the charges on her, but nothing worked. To her amazement, not even her husband would come to her defense in this matter. Leslie had done other things in the past to cause trouble with my parents and I. Because of those things and this big incident, our parents reached the end of their rope with her. They cut all ties with her and didn't try to convince me to drop the charges against her. In the end, Leslie wasn't given any jail time for her crime, but she now has a criminal record. She was fired by her company for it as well. Instead of jail time, she was fined quite heavily for her crimes. Not to mention, Marcus divorced her over the whole incident. After all of that, my family moved away from that house. Our new place is a little far from our office and our daughter's school, but we're living in a beautiful little apartment overlooking a lake canal. Our new apartment has a doorman and a security guard. But even with all that, we still make sure we lock up tight when we leave.
Hello there, Emma. I'm just messaging to tell you that you should marry Gerald and not Tony.
Mimi, please. How many times have we already had the same conversation? The man that I've been dating this whole time is Tony, and he's the man I'm going to marry.
What are you talking about? I need to make sure that Gerald gets married before his brother. I realized that when Tony brought you home with him that I had to do something to help Gerald find a wife quickly. So anyways, that's why you're going to be marrying Gerald instead. And I won't take no for an answer.
Mimi, you can say whatever you'd like, but it isn't going to change my mind about this. I'm going to marry Tony, and that's final. I mean, I don't even think I've spent more than an hour cumulatively with Gerald.
But I'm sure that you would come to love him if you just knew him a little better. I promise that he really is an amazing guy, and you wouldn't regret marrying him. Don't make me force this to happen. Don't forget that the two of you are married now. If you try and break this off or do anything to ruin the fact that you're engaged to Gerald, I will sue you into oblivion. Do you understand?
I seriously have no idea how to even respond to this, but please don't spout this crazy nonsense and then threaten me with legal action. Anyways, I have to go. Hey, Tony, I'm really sorry to bug you while you're away on your business trip. But it's just that your mom started talking to me about marrying your brother again.
You're kidding me. I thought that you talked to her about that.
In fact, apparently in her head, she seems to think that Gerald and I are already engaged or something. There was one time she told me that if I broke off my engagement with him, that she would sue me.
Emma, I am so sorry that you're having to deal with all this right now. I wish my mom would stop all this nonsense.
I mean, I wonder how Gerald himself feels about all this. Probably doesn't like being put in this situation any more than I do. Feels like your mom would be the kind of person to push this, whether or not the both of us wanted it or not.
I think you're probably right about that. But actually, I talked to Gerald a little bit about this earlier.
Really? I didn't know you two were still talking. When was the last time that you even had a good chat with each other? If I remember correctly, you two haven't been the closest of people ever since Gerald quit his job at the big company and shut himself up in his room.
I know that it seems that way, but that's not what's really happening at all.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that the real reason why he quit his first job was because he was in the process of publishing his first book.
Oh, really? I had no idea that Gerald wrote anything.
Well, it's already a bestseller and has even been picked up by some streaming service to be turned into a show.
That's amazing! He must be so proud!
I would think so. But he's basically doing all of this online, so he hasn't had the need to go into the office or even leave his room, really. Besides, he's always more of an indoor person anyways. I think he's probably glad to have less reasons to leave the house now.
Oh, I see, so that's how things are.
But I think that he still hasn't told anyone that he's gone and published his book already. I think he's just worried that if Mom finds out, she will just use it to brag to everyone she knows about him and just never give him any peace or privacy. So that's why he's been pretending to keep the antisocial shut-in this whole time. He's really just waiting for the right timing to come forward about this since he knows it's going to be a big deal. I think that Mom knows that you also work for a big company though. And so she wants you and Gerald to get married because she thinks he needs someone to take care of him.
So then, I think that I'm going to marry your brother and do everything for him on top of that?
Well, that's what my mom thinks, but Gerald doesn't want that at all.
Oh, well, as long as he understands that it isn't going to happen, that's good.
Right. So anyways, while we were talking, he explained all this to me and apologized for seeming to act so standoffish. But now the problem is how to move forward from here. In fact, Gerald was kind of hoping that you and I would be able to help him come out to the world as an author.
He wants our help with that. How so?
Well, the first thing I should let you know is that Gerald already has a fiancé.
Hold on a second, he does? I had no idea.
But yesterday, my mom was going on about how he needs to marry you again. Gerald mentioned something about already being engaged, however, and I guess my mom just assumed that he meant he was engaged to you. She thought that he was already in on her plan and was moving forward with it. You know that my mom probably wouldn't even listen to anything that proved the contrary.
Wow, your mom just really lives in her own world sometimes, doesn't she?
She has always been like this though, ever since we were little. Our mom has always tried to control every little thing we did and manage our lives.
You've told me a little bit about that before, but I feel bad for your brother having to deal with that.
But now that Mom has got it in her head that Gerald is engaged to you, he is worried that that is going to make things very difficult with his own fiancée, and that is what he wants our help with. So we're going to wait for a day when Mom is at home for all of us to meet and talk face to face.
Wow, this is all so much. You've been thinking about this a lot.
Well, this is going to be the talk where we can all finally decide how to get my mom out of our lives once and for all.
That's a pretty heavy task, but if you want help, just let me know what I can do.
Hello there, Emma. I assume the preparations for the wedding are continuing along nicely? And I imagine that you've already divorced Tony, yes?
I actually haven't done that at all, actually.
Excuse me? What are you doing? You need to get a divorce right now.
That's just not going to happen. In fact, Gerald said that it was a surprise for you that I wouldn't not be divorcing Tony, in fact.
A surprise for me? What is that supposed to mean?
really know all the details and can't say any more than this. I also have to go right now. Bye!
I see. Maybe Gerald is planning some kind of dramatic way to announce his marriage to you for everyone. Well, if he wants this to be a surprise, then I guess I won't ask any more questions either. Emma, where are you? Why haven't you arrived yet? You know you need to get here early for makeup and to fit into your dress. You're so late already. Emma, answer me right now. I have had just about enough of this nonsense, Emma.
Sorry, what are you talking about right now, Mimi?
I mean that you are supposed to marry Gerald so that you can take care of him. But now I've just been told that you've made a last-minute cancellation and you're not even going to be here? How could you just leave my poor boy at the altar like that?
I don't really know how else to say this, but Gerald and I were never going to get married. In fact, I'm on my honeymoon right now, actually.
What do you mean you're on your honeymoon?
I mean that Tony and I are on our honeymoon right now. And I suppose it's a good time as any to say that Tony and I got married in secret about 2 weeks ago.
But I don't get it. Gerald is here and he's still getting ready for the wedding.
I see. Well, either way, Tony and I have no intention of separating. And I was never going to marry Gerald either.
I won't let you get away with this. I mean, just who do you think is going to pay for all of this? You know that Gerald doesn't work. He can't afford something like this.
I don't know what is happening over there, and I don't want to. Please leave Tony and I out of it, okay? Now, goodbye.
Emma, you get back here right now and explain what's going on! What is going on here? I am still so confused.
What are you talking about this time, Mimi?
I mean that Gerald, my poor sweet little Gerald.
What about Gerald? Did something happen?
Well, he had to cancel the wedding since his bride never showed up. So he told me that he would take care of the cleanup and just go home. But then after I left, apparently some totally random lady showed up and Gerald married her.
So then the wedding wasn't canceled after all.
I guess not. But I don't even know who this person is.
I'd probably guess it's the woman that Gerald was dating and then engaged to.
What are you talking about? Gerald wasn't seeing anyone because he was supposed to be marrying you. I think I would know if my son was engaged to someone.
Are you really sure about that?
Of course I am. But this is all your fault. You're the one making this happen. You stabbed my son in the back, and now you've made him marry some stranger out of desperation. How do you sleep at night?
Mom, you've got to stop this. It's getting ridiculous.
Tony, what is this all about?
Did you really have no idea that Gerald was seeing this girl this whole time?
Why are you talking to me about your brother? If you're mad at him for trying to steal your wife, go talk to him about it.
Mom, he was never trying to do anything like that. You were the one that got it in your head to try and set up Kenna with Gerald, but neither of them wanted that. Gerald tried to tell you that he was already engaged, but you only heard what you wanted to hear and thought that it meant to Emma. You always do this. You never listen to when other people try to say when you're wrong.
How can you say something like that to your own mother?
Because it's true. Speaking of, have you seen Gerald's room?
What about his room? Give me a moment. I don't get it. What is going on? The whole room is totally empty. There's nothing left.
Well, it was all Gerald's idea, really. Although he left you a note explaining things in your mailbox. I would read that very carefully so you can understand how Gerald and I really feel about all of this. Although it's way too late to change our minds now. This is my last goodbye, Mom. Have a nice life.
Wait, no, Tony! I still don't understand!
In the end, Gerald stopped talking to his mom without ever telling her what he really did for a living. Now he lives with his wife close to her parents. Tony and I have also moved recently as part of a job transfer. The new job was partially for better pay, but also because Tony didn't want his mom barging into the office and embarrassing him. She actually did do that, but it was too late and we were already gone. Also, Tony asked the receptionist at his office to tell her that we had quit. With no way to track us down, Mimi was left with no family to turn to, and lives out her days in her big empty house all by herself.